So, as we've been working through this series of components to an alphabet story time, all the components of which you could just use with children, in a home setting as well, we wrap up our story time by introducing a friend. And we usually have our friend hidden away in a bag so that the friend doesn't cause too much distraction during the story time. But for the letter A, we actually have an alpaca puppet, and this is a Folkmanis puppet. And we usually come around with our friend. We try to have the children guess who do they think that the friend for the day is. And then we might suggest, oh, the alpaca might like for you to feed him something that starts with letter A. You choose if you want to feed him an apple or an avocado. And so we come around, and it's just, I find that this tactile chance to interact with each child, and they might want to pet or hug the puppet as well, but it just is a special way of connecting, and I just feel like it gives one more pathway to the brain for them to associate the letter A with an alpaca and with feeding an apple to that animal. After we come around with our friend to each child, we also go back around and we stamp each child's hand with the letter of the alphabet. So, and some children don't want this, well, it's rare, but some children don't want the letter stamped on their hand. So we'll stamp it on a Post-it note and they can take that note home with them. And some children want it on their legs and want it on their arm. We stop when they say they want it on their head or their belly. So we'll just stamp it somewhere on their hand. And this, we hope, gives the child a chance when they go home and their parent says, why do you have a letter A on your hand? They can talk about, the librarian came from the public library and did a story time all about the letter A. This is the capital A, the letter little a, and A says in apple. So another thing that we always do before we finish up with the children is some kind of full alphabet farewell. So I, have just taken a poster board and put the alphabet letters on here. And at the beginning of the year, we will just sing ABC song because they're just learning. But then we'll change it up a little bit. I love ABC later, so I'll link to that below because he also does that with sign language. But for now, I'll just quickly sing it for you so you have a rough idea of this song. A, B, see you later, D, E, F, G, I'm gonna miss you, H, I have to go now, J, K, bye-bye now, L, M, N, O, I had a good time, P, Q, R, you gonna miss me, S, T, you are my good friend, V, W, X, Y, Z. That's all. So definitely check out the fellow who performs that on YouTube. Another thing that we move into is Heidi Butkus has great resources for alphabet recognition and phonemic awareness. I love her alphabet action book, and it goes along with there may be a YouTube video. If there is, I'll link to it. She also has a CD for this as well. So I'll stand up and just show the children the book, and we'll say the letter, say the sound, and then do the action. So this is stomping on ants. So the chant would go A, ah, 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 ants, 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 and the children are stomping their feet at that point. B, 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 boo, 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 boo. C, C, k, 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 clap, 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 clap. And then it just goes all the way through the alphabet with, an action that goes along with each letter of the alphabet. So I love that resource. And then we will, one last thing you could try, maybe towards the end of the year, is have the children stand in a circle and you're going to sing the alphabet to the tune of London Bridge. And this is a great way, really you don't have to wait till the end of the year to do this. But you'll form the bridge with two children, and the other children will walk under the bridge as you sing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And on Z, just catch whichever child is walking under the bridge, have that child become half of the bridge, and the rest of the children walk around. The next time you catch a child, they take the other student's place. And you can sing that song, 5 or 6 times. They won't all have a turn getting to be caught or getting to be the bridge, but it gives the teacher an idea of what they could do in free time. And so just encourage the children to play that at recess together. And then we always like to end with something for the children to take home. So we created some alphabet bookmarks that we were giving to the children, for letter A. And there was tips for literacy tips for parents, as well as a little game for the children to do on the back, and an invitation to come to the public library, as well as some books to look for once they got there. And I want to give credit to the grant that made all this possible, which it was an IMLS LSTA funded grant that we called Alphabet Ready, that enabled us to purchase all these materials. About halfway through the year, we switched from creating bookmarks for each. And again, I would tell the children, give this to your mom. This is your invitation to come back to the library. But then we, with feedback from the teachers, they suggested maybe we just give them a calendar of events and only highlight one library resource. So this month we highlighted NC Kids Digital Library. And I made a video to go along with this so that they would know how to access if they had trouble accessing this, they could go to a YouTube tutorial on how to access this as well. So those are 2 ways to let people know about what your library has to offer to the general public. And again, as always, if you have other suggestions of ways that you wrap up your story times that would apply to a literacy story time, if you would leave some suggestions in the comments below, we would appreciate that. Again, if this video was helpful anyway, if you could give us a thumbs up, that would help us out on YouTube. And I just want to encourage you to check out your local public library and all the resources that they have to offer. If they don't have anything that I've mentioned in this video series, you could always request that they get it so that that resource is available for other people in your community. And I will also link after this video to a video of some of the backpacks that we created as a resource that parents or caregivers could check out to extend the idea of alphabet recognition and phonemic awareness at home. So in the words of Tigger, ta-ta for now.